story. The basketball world waits with bated breath to learn where LeBron will play in year 24. LeBron's agent, Rich Paul, was on NBA Today on Friday and reassured people what LeBron is looking for in his next team. On Sunday, Cavs coach Kenny Atkinson went on the record saying the Cavs are pursuing James in free agency.
This is an exciting time for us, right? Like we're in the mix for the greatest player of all time.
That guy.
My personal opinion. So it's exciting, right? Like, man, I think you're nervous, but we understand how it is. He's obviously has earned that right to take his time. Obviously, family plays a big part of it. But I know the state of Ohio, man, that there's something special.
LeBron owns just about every Cavs franchise record. Points, rebounds, assists, and made threes, as well as most All-Star and All-NBA appearances, just to name a few. We now welcome in our senior insider, Shams Charania. Shams, we just heard Cavs coach Kenny Atkinson confirm their exciting pursuit of LeBron James. What are you hearing about timing of LeBron's decision?
MJ, every day LeBron James inches closer and closer to a decision. It's decision time for LeBron James because all the information for the most part is in. GMs, presidents, owners, they've all been heard from. They're continuing to have conversations with agent Rich Paul here this week as well. Players have also reached out to LeBron James to recruit him. And yes, all the voice notes have also been listened to. And rosters have been set around the league. The decks have been set. And the leading suitors have been Cleveland, Miami, Golden State, Philadelphia, and Minnesota. And what we know definitively is LeBron James has made it clear privately that he wants to go somewhere where he can compete for a championship, somewhere where he feels like he finds that happiness from a team environment and culture that he feels he can uplift. And the big thing here is this is not going to be a financially driven decision. So that gives LeBron James the ability to hear from teams that have the minimum, have other exceptions, have salary cap space as well, and also be allowed to take his time through this decision.
All right, Shams, thanks for that update. Don't go too far. We're going to check in with you a little later. Now, LeBron is still putting up numbers as last season he was one of just 4 players to average 20, 5, and 5 on 50% shooting, joining Giannis, Jokic, and Şengün. Earlier today, Austin Reeves talked about LeBron leaving the Lakers.
I don't know if I've honestly processed it yet. I mean, I kind of was thinking about it last night when I got here. Starting a season without, him being on the team is going to be different for me. It's kind of all I've ever known is him being around, joking around, acting like he's 15. But, that's his decision. And, like I said, in Tahoe and anytime we talk about it, I've got nothing but love and respect for him. And, let's play some golf soon.
Not golf. All right, here in the studio with Tim McMahon and, of course, Big Perk. Kendrick Perkins joining us now. Perk, it has been about 2 weeks since LeBron and the Lakers parted ways. So, all things considered, where is the best option for LeBron?
Back home, and I think he already knows that. I think he's embracing this moment to just feel love. Right, get all the calls, get all the text messages so he could continue to feel love and appreciate it. But I'm pretty sure that LeBron James and Rich Paul both know where they're headed. And in my opinion, it's, to this point, the best place is Cleveland. I mean, they have all their pieces still intact. When you think about this team, yes, they fell short. Yes, there was a disappointment in the conference finals the way that they went out. But you add LeBron to that roster, he's going to impact Donovan Mitchell. He can impact James Harden. He definitely could impact Kenny Atkinson. And by the way, if they do want to seal a deal and get LeBron to Cleveland, can we please pause with Kenny Atkinson doing any interviews? Don't want to scare him off. Don't want to scare him off by saying the wrong thing. So pause with Kenny Atkinson, and I'm pretty sure LeBron wants to head back to the crib.
Perk said, be cool. All right. Tim, what do you want the outcome to be for LeBron?
Listen, I want the storyline of him going home again. It started in Cleveland for him. It's only right that it ends in Cleveland. It would be weird to see him put on a uniform that he's never put on before to end his career. But this is the storybook ending. And I do think storyline matters. He's had a film crew following him around. That's going to continue this year. There will be a documentary. The storyline matters. Now, just like if I'm playing NBA 2K, what do I want to see? I'd like to see him in a Denver Nuggets uniform playing with Nikola Jokic. I think that would be fascinating to kind of turbo boost another contender in the Western Conference. But as much as it pains me to agree with Perk, coming home for the third time, finishing it where it started, that's what makes the most sense if I had a vote, which clearly I do not.
Who does at this point? Wait, Perk, I heard you react there a little bit to the Denver possibility there.
Yeah, I'm not mad at. I wouldn't be mad at that. I mean, LeBron and Jokic, and I mean, definitely puts them back in the thick of things. You know, if they could get him with OKC and the Spurs, but again, to me, it's just the writing's on the wall that he's probably going to be heading back to Cleveland. I don't see it working with Miami, but I would love to see or hear some more conversations from Philadelphia to see what type of pitch are they actually making to try to draw him to the 76ers.
I know you just breezed by it, but you know your audience because you said Miami, and we will leave it at that. But wait, Philly. Philly is intriguing.
How many basketballs are they going to play with?
Stop it.
I'm just asking. Embiid's got to touch it. He's got to get it down in the low post. Jaylen Brown clearly wants it. Tyrese Maxey's their best player. Like, how many basketballs are you going to have on the floor at one time?
I mean, we saw him sort of sit back a little bit this year and dish it out a bit more, take a secondary role.
LeBron is capable. He's capable of playing any role if he's choosing. What's he choosing?
Yeah, we shall see. Maybe he loves to keep us in anticipation. I get it. It gives us more stuff for the rundown. Okay, from the king to the alien, Spurs big man Victor Wembanyama has agreed to a 5-year, $252 million maximum rookie scale contract extension. So here's the math. Wemby decided on the 25% maximum instead of the 30% supermax escalators to $303 million. After he and the Spurs, of course, went through multiple frameworks. The deal could potentially save the Spurs roughly $50 million over the next 5 years. So, NBA PA Executive Director David Kelly spoke on the NBA salary cap in relation to Wemby's deal, saying, "We think the players should make decisions for themselves and we should not be pocket watching. The system should not require a player to carry all of that burden. We should not put a player in the position to carry the burden of keeping a team together." So, Wemby's new contract has the NBA buzzing, of course, and it could have huge ramifications around the league. Big Perk, do you love or hate Wemby giving the Spurs a hometown discount, if you will?
Well, Tim, MJ, the word of the day is J-O-B, job. Because although basketball is entertainment to us and we love to watch it, it is a job to the rest of the players. And in no other workspace are people asked to take a pay cut. Like Stephen A. signed his contract here at ESPN. They didn't go in and say, hey, you want to leave some room for Kendrick Perkins to make some money? Adam Schefter just signed his contract. I bet you they didn't bring up my name and say, hey, you want to leave a little wiggle room for Big Perk? We gotta make sure. No, that's not how it works. And I have never gave advice to young players or players to say, hey, leave a dime on the table. No, absolutely. You need to max out, and especially a guy like Wemby, a guy that is selling jersey, a guy that is putting butts in seats, a guy that has brought San Antonio back to being relevant again. And so when you think about what he is doing and has done already for this franchise, I think it is a bad decision. I think because when you look forward, now all of a sudden you're setting the example in that locker room. And, you know, Tim, you may be able to harp on this a little bit more, but when Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle decide to come up, when it's time for them to come up for their contract, you know, are you saying you want them to take a pay cut as well?
Perk, I was just hanging out in your green room, and I was going through the couch cushions. I've damn near found my whole salary in there, so I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, you clearly don't like it, but the word of the day, the word of the career for Wemby is W-I-N. Win. And he's putting his money where his mouth is. I don't blame the Players Association for saying this is a bad spot for players to be in. I think the solution is Supermax should not count towards the salary cap, the aprons, the luxury tax. You can max them out, and then the Supermax, they're paid, but it doesn't count towards all that nerdy crap, okay? But it does. That's the system they're under. And Victor Wembanyama just saw Jalen Brunson. Similar situation, is different circumstances, but just saw Jalen Brunson take less than he could have gotten on his contract and celebrate a championship on Wemby's home court in San Antonio. And this goes back, way before the second apron era. Tim Duncan did a similar type of thing throughout his career. Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas. This isn't like it's setting a new precedent. Now, it does set an interesting precedent in that Spurs locker room, but this doesn't mean Stephon Castle has to agree to a similar deal. It doesn't mean Dylan Harper in a couple of years has to agree to a similar deal. It does provide some flexibility to make sure they can maintain a championship caliber supporting cast in San Antonio. And again, Wemby wants to be the best of all time. He wants to fulfill his immense potential. You got to have multiple championships to do that. And so he's doing his part on the floor and, on the payroll to position the Spurs to do that.
I'm inclined with Perk's mind frame because one of my many daily affirmations is today's price is not yesterday's price. All right, we have a lot more to come here. The rookies have been putting on a show in Vegas. League standout. That's starting with Caleb Wilson, who finished with 35 points on Friday, which is the second most in a Las Vegas Summer League debut all time. Tim, what impressed you most about Wilson's dominant performance?
Not considered a great shooter coming out of college, and the guy was a knockdown three-point shooter. Said that's what he's been working on mostly since that thumb injury is healed, and you saw the work pay off. No, by the way, pretty good athlete. That didn't surprise anybody, though.
No, he ended up losing to Cam Boozer's Grizzlies squad. He finished with 33 points and has averaged just over 18 in his 3 Summer League games in Vegas and Utah. So, Perk, have you liked what you've seen from Boozer?
I have, on both ends of the floor. He's a man that's on a mission, and when you see guys like this playing this hard in Summer League, he feels some type of way, because in his mind, he should have been a #1 pick. But the thing that I'm most impressed about his game is the way that he's able to put the ball on the floor from the outside in the perimeter. I saw him run the screen and roll action. I was impressed by that.
Yeah, he's crushing. All right, so the #1 overall pick, AJ Dybansa, is averaging 25 points in his 2 games in Vegas. He became the first #1 pick to score 20 or more points in each of his first 2 games, Tim. Has AJ proven to be worthy of that top pick?
It takes a lot more than a couple of Summer League performances to prove that, but he damn sure looks the part. 6'9", looks like he's gotten stronger since his time at BYU. Probably the best athlete in the draft, and he is aggressive. This guy is going to live at the free throw line and play a lot of other rim.
Love that. And then to Utah, where Darren Peterson has scored over 20 in all 4 of his Summer League games. All right, Perk, what have you seen from the #2 overall pick?
That he's one of the most offensively gifted young men that I've ever seen at this age, and he's going to continue to grow. When you talk about a walking bucket, that is him. 3-level scorer. Before the draft, I said that his floor was Bradley Beal and his ceiling was Kobe Bryant. His floor is more like Devin Booker, and his ceiling is Kobe Bryant when it comes to putting the ball in the bucket.
Ooh, let's go. Okay, we now welcome in college basketball analyst King McClure, who covered all of these guys last year. King, great to see you. Which rookie has been the most impressive player of the Summer League so far?
We got to take it to D.C. You got to talk about my man A.J. Dybansa, because what impressed me the most is when you look at the Summer League, a lot of the guys who were in the top 10, they had the opportunity to be able to play and get a few games under their belt, whether that be in California or whether that be in Utah. But A.J. did not have that opportunity. A.J. had to come out day one, biggest stage, him versus Darren Peterson, and go prove that he was worthy of the #1 pick. And he has shown that. His ability to be able to get to the rim, draw fouls. He hasn't shot the 3 well, only 1 for 11 in the first 2 games. But his poise off the pick and roll with his size that Tim mentioned, AJ is looking like he is well-deserved of that #1 pick.
Perk, you like what you've seen from AJ?
I do, and I like what I see from a lot of the guys in the lottery as well. And I'm gonna take a little shift. I love what I'm seeing from Burries from Milwaukee that was drafted from Arizona. When you talk about one of the most underrated guys in this draft, he has been tearing the summer league up. His shooting splits have been phenomenal. Him being efficient, and so when you think about just how deep this draft is, when you look at what Caleb Wilson, what he did in his first outing, like Tim said, he's not even known for a shooter, but he came out and had 7 3-point shots, 7 made threes. And when you talk about Darian Peterson, like again, offensive talent, like being able to score the ball, I don't know if it's a shot that he made that I seen touch the rim. Like everything is all net all the time. He's great on the ball. He's great off the ball. You can run multiple actions for him, and he's just getting started. Like as he continue to watch film, as he continue to learn how to pick his spots, he's going to be so dangerous offensively. I expect him to come into the league averaging 22 to 25 points in his rookie season.
This is going to be one hell of a rookie of the year race. You've got all 4 guys at the top of the draft stepping into featured roles, and they look like they're ready to hit the ground running. Last year, it was Cooper versus Khan. I think this might be a 4-way Rookie of the Year fight for the ages.
Ooh, I love that for us. Okay, the Bulls and Jazz play tonight on ESPN. We don't expect Darren Peterson to play since they played yesterday. Caleb is coming off an incredible debut. So, King, want to bring you back in here. How dangerous of a rookie can he be if he shoots at a high clip?
You know, I don't want to overreact to just one game, but I was so impressed with Caleb Wilson. And it wasn't the fact that he could knock down threes. It was the types of threes in which he was knocking down. I mean, they were off the dribble. They were isolation one-on-one. They were off the screen and roll. I mean, when you look at what he was able to do, right? When I talked earlier on this show about a month and a half ago before the draft, I said the one area he has to work on, he has to continue to improve, was his three-point shot. And he did that. You can tell he was in the gym with Chris Brickley. He was in the gym with his trainers. You can tell that my man specifically said, I need to improve this. I will improve this. And I'm going to go out here and show the world, right? That confidence is not something that just happens overnight. That confidence is built within repetition. And you can tell that he got a lot of repetitions up in the past month and a half because that boy looks good. And if he can continue this, if he can continue to shoot the basketball the way that he's shooting it, watch out. That would be my pick for Rookie of the Year.
King, before we let you go, what's been the biggest surprise of Summer League to you?
You know, I just think how ready a lot of these guys are. And I don't even know if that really comes as a surprise because we know how good they were. But the performances that we're seeing from LeBaron Philon, from Abuka Okore, from, like Perk said, Braden Burries. I mean, there are so many guys in this draft class that look like they are physically and mentally ready to compete at this level, and they're dominating like we expected them to. So truthfully, I don't know if that's a surprise, MJ. Right. I think it's more of an expectation. But when have we seen this amount of rookies be able to come out from day one in the Summer League and dominate the way that they're doing?
Yeah, when you're able to meet the expectation, that says a lot of what's to come. All right, King, thank you. Let's get to a developing story. Our senior insider, Shams Charania, reported that Miami Heat big man Bam Adebayo and former Heat guard Tyler Hero got into a physical altercation in Las Vegas on Friday, in which Adebayo struck Hero at a practice court in a Las Vegas hotel. Hero was involved in the trade that sent Giannis to Miami. We now welcome in senior NBA insider Shams Charania. Shams, what happened in Vegas? Because I didn't stay there. So what more can you tell us about this incident and what we should be expecting moving forward?
MJ, this all stemmed from Tyler Hero's comments that leaked on social media critiquing Bam Adebayo. And Bam Adebayo on Friday morning at Resorts World Hotel at a practice court approached Tyler Hero about that. And they had a back and forth, and that culminated in Tyler Hero being struck in the face area. Both teams, the Heat and the Bucks, are aware of the situation. There is believed to be surveillance footage available to be reviewed as well, but at this point, no word on any investigation from the NBA. This is believed to be an off-court situation. Tyler Hero not pursuing any legal action as of right now, of course. And Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo clearly have had some sort of falling out potentially began last season as teammates together. It was their 7th year together as teammates in Miami, but now Tyler Hero has moved on in a trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's now in Milwaukee, and my understanding is both Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo here today on Monday want to move on from this situation, but obviously there was lingering effects from this throughout on Friday.
All right, a lot to unpack there, Shams. You answered all the questions I had, so we appreciate you as always. Okay, so Tim, what do you make of this entire altercation that happened between these guys?
I hope that surveillance video will be seen. Maybe it can be part of the tribute video when Tyler Hero returns to Milwaukee. And look, clearly, it was just a little love tap from Bam. Because look at Bam's arms. Look, come on now. If Bam wanted to wind up and throw a punch, this is going to be Draymond on Jordan Poole type of situation. Sure. So now my deal is this. I've got a suggestion for the league. I'm all about trying to get the salaries up, get that revenue up. And so, Perk, I think you might like this. If players got beef, they all go to Vegas during the summer. Let's incorporate it into the halftime shows, okay? If Bam's got beef with Tyler Hero, you challenge him to a boxing match. Jaylen Brown, you feel some sort of way.
A sanctioned event?
Yeah, you feel, put headgear on. We care about player safety, but let them go around. Jaylen Brown, you feel some sort of way about the way things ended in Boston? Call Jason Tatum out. We can get a ring out there, or maybe just do it like little the half-court logo. Let them go a little bit. Three-minute rounds. Let them get their aggression out. Hey, we'll televise it on ESPN. I can promise that. It'll boost ticket sales. It'll boost ratings. I am just here to help. Okay, and that is my suggestion.
Are you mediating at this point?
I'll referee the damn thing.
Hey, listen, I'm not mad at that, Tim. I swear I'm not. I mean, listen, this situation right here is the true definition of catching somebody in traffic. I'm gonna catch you in traffic. That's the term I use. But I'm not mad at the boxing idea that you have, because we used to do that when we was in the locker room in Boston. We kept a set of boxing gloves, and if anybody had some beef or some tension, they was able to duke it out, and then we move on. Again, let's not make this a big deal. Everybody's good. Shams just basically reported that Tyler Hero don't want to move forward with trying to press any charges. Things happen. Okay, they're not teammates anymore. They don't have to like each other. They don't have to tolerate each other. Cool. No big deal.
All right. No big deal it is. I think there's more tea, but
wait for that for another. Box, Perk? Come on, I want to know who you box in the locker room.
First of all, there's no way anybody that Perk went up against got up.
I'll tell you later.
It would have been a wrap. All right, we got some more news from around the league. Ja Morant is looking forward to his relocation to the Pacific Northwest. So with fresh air in Portland comes a fresh start. The two-time All-Star guard was traded to the Blazers a couple weeks ago and is leaning into the outdoors of it all, fishing, kayaking, and cleaning up all things persona. Here's Ja.
What's the biggest misconception you'd like cleared up about you?
That I would like cleared up?
Yeah.
I think you know the answer to that.
No, what?
My image.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel like you are perceived?
A bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And who are you?
I'm Ja.
Do you think any of that? Do you think any of the perception of you that's out there? Do you think any of that is self-created, or any of that is just kind of?
I mean, obviously, I've done, what I've done in the past, but it's been addressed and handled already. So I don't see why, years later, that's still the topic when nothing happened since, And I feel like if I was that guy, y'all wouldn't be talking to me now. I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, he's getting grounded, quite literally touching grass. I'm outsidey, but not outdoorsy, so that's great for him. Perk, how do you see this new start for Ja playing out?
I hope well. I mean, to be honest with you, this is one of those situations where, his career's on the line, in my opinion. I mean, one foot in the grave, the other on the banana peel. And, I've been a huge Ja Morant fan since he's entered the league, even when he was in college. And you hate to see somebody have this type of drop-off on and off the floor. but now he's getting a second chance. And the way that it's looking, he's going to have to compete over there. He's going to have to compete for minutes. He's going to have to earn his way every single night. And I understand we could speculate with the shoe sales and all that, but they still have Drew Holiday over there. They still have Damian Lillard. They still have Scoot Henderson. Like, they have a lot of players in that backcourt, a lot of players that's going to require time. The only thing that I want to see is Ja Morant come in and have a positive impact where Portland doesn't take steps backwards. Like, they have to continue to grow and make the playoffs like they did this past season.
Tim, you've covered Ja closely in Memphis, so what will he bring to the Blazers?
I'm curious to find out. Look, Ja addressed that there was some off-court baggage. It is in the past. He has stayed out of trouble the last couple of years, but that affected his value. It's not the only reason, though, that he basically had no trade value. It was also about a lack of durability and diminished production. And so if Ja is going to be special, the thing that makes him special is the way he attacks the basket, the way he just creates havoc when he drives in the paint, whether it's finishing, whether it's spraying it out from there. That's also one of the reasons that he hasn't been able to stay on the floor. When you're high-flying around giants around the rim, you tend to fall hard. So for him to make the kind of impact to get his career back on track in terms of being a superstar, he has to attack with reckless abandon. But he needs to stay healthy, too. And you know, those two things don't necessarily go together.
It sounds like he's trying to find a balance on all things there, so we'll see how it plays out in just a couple of months. Okay, coming up, Paige Buckets has the Wings soaring while the Aces caught a fever last night in Vegas. Monica McNutt joins the show to break down a wild weekend in the W. That's next on NBA Today.
Confidence is at an all-time high. Our goal is to win championships right now.
Behind the back, oh my!
This year we're just motivated.
Huge three for Kelsey Mitchell.
We got a pedigree to be special. I think that we have a chance to be really dominant.
Get it how I live it. I live it how I get it. Up and in!
This year's team is special. We had a lot of different weapons.
Right wing three is good. Rumbling all the way in.
Always going to be a championship for us. Like, that's going to be our mindset.
Look at this ball movement. Caitlin Clark has her first free tonight. Are we having fun yet?
Culture that we've set. We know what Fever basketball is all about.
Back now to Vegas, where the Fever hit the jackpot against the Aces. Let's take it to the highlight here. These two teams squared up, and man, what a show. Pick it up in the first. Caitlin up against Asia. Ooh, deep three by Clark. Puts the Fever up by 5. Second quarter now. Aaliyah Boston getting down and low. Gets it over to Kelsey Mitchell. Oh, and 1. Fever up by 13 at this point. All right, under 2 in the second. Asia, come on. Nice jumper. 20 points for Wilson on the night. Here we go. Final seconds before the break. Kelsey Mitchell, woo, sinks the 3, and the Fever lead by 11 going into the half. Here we are, third quarter. Cunningham, let's go. 20 points, 6 threes for Cunningham on the night. Fourth quarter, Boston to Clark. Come on. The Fever win 109-75, the final score. So the Fever's 34-point margin of victory was second largest on the road in team history. The only larger road win came by 38 back in 2010 at Minnesota. We now welcome in our WNBA analyst, the one and only Monica McNutt. Good to see you, sis. Okay, so the Aces had a wild weekend, an 82-point swing between Saturday's 48-point win over the Mercury and Sunday's 34-point loss to the Fever. My head is still spinning. It is the largest point differential from one game to the next in WNBA history, Monica. What's your biggest takeaway from the extreme highs and lows of the Aces weekend?
You know, MJ, I'm old enough to remember last year being one who called the Aces out, just accumulating it to fatigue, having been to so many championships, and they figured it out. Now, I think at this point in the season, this group, which retained its veteran core, understands that there are some simple things that they have to clean up. One, they've been turning the ball over way too much, and there's some defensive principles that I think that they have allowed to fall by the wayside just a bit compared to when they're playing their best basketball. I'm not too alarmed. I think part of why these deficits look the way they do in the final score is that Becky Hammond decides she's going to just go ahead and pull her squad as opposed to having them continue to play in a game that is probably a lost contest. I expect the Aces to come out with a measure of intensity and seriousness post All-Star break without question.
Yeah, they have to. It's sort of riding the ship on that point. But on the Indiana side of things, a big part of their success this season has been Kelsey Mitchell, who is second behind Asia Wilson in points per game this season. Crazy. What has impressed you most about her this season?
How steady she is. I think last year we talked about Kelsey Mitchell in the same way. And literally, when the Fever and Aces met in that 5-game series in the postseason, she left it all out there, so much so that her body began cramping at the end of the season. This year, she has done the same. And I loved what our colleagues on the game the other night had to say in terms of her approach to the offseason. I think Holly Rowe was reporting her focus on football-like drills so that her footwork is top tier, so that she can maximize the speed that she plays with as one of the fastest players in the league. And so her ability to be consistent and to have such a great field goal percentage as someone who takes and makes threes, like she just is absolutely problematic, very deserving of yet again another All-Star nod.
Yeah, impressive all around. And shifting from the desert to the Lone Star today, because we saw Paige Beckers and the Wings increase their win streak to 5 games last night. What do you think has been the key factor for Dallas in keeping this streak going, truly?
Listen, I have to give fans credit for the part that they played in voting Jess Shepard as a starter in the upcoming All-Star game in Chicago. Jess Shepard has been phenomenal. Now, you culminate that with Jose Fernandez's new system. Obviously, Paige Beckers takes another step in her career, and AZ Fudd, who's been phenomenal as a rookie as well. They are just stirring this Wings beverage just so, MJ. The versatility of Shepard, though, I believe, combined with the way that that Paige can play, getting down the downfield in the paint and getting to the rim, the vision that she has, Shepard's willingness to dish to her teammates, also to rebound, but her versatility to me has been at the crux of why this Dallas Wings squad has been so good. But you also could easily shift that responsibility to Paige Beckers and her being able to step up big again this year and lead this team.
Yeah, the formula is working seamlessly for them, for sure. Monica McNutt, as always, crushing it. Thank you so much, sis. We appreciate you. All right, so next Sunday on ABC, we'll see Dallas again. The LA Sparks take on the Wings at 1 Eastern with Countdown kicking.
Who is the best player in the NBA right now?
I think it'll be me.
A figment of our basketball imaginations.
Just throw it off the glass.
We say it all the time. We think he's one of the best players in the league. There's nobody in the league like him.
2026 was the year of Wemby as the Spurs star led San Antonio to its first finals appearance since 2014. He was also the first player to win Defensive Player of the Year unanimously, while also dominating on the offensive end last postseason. Of course, Wemby's new multi-year contract extension got our producers thinking about his best plays of the season. It's time for Top of the Top, Wemby edition. And let's start with his top extraterrestrial moments. Taking it to October 22nd versus Mavs. Please be so serious.
I'm right in the background there, and if you look close enough, I'm probably cracking up. I believe he got fouled on the block on one end and reverse dunked on the other end.
That makes sense. November 14th versus Warriors in NBA Cup action. Wow.
I do that all the time when I'm playing my boys on nerve.
Off the glass to himself perk is crazy. It's just too much. Exactly.
Yeah, that was
That
sick.
one was against G.G. Jackson there, March 25th. Insane.
And I think
this one right here.
Back. He got his leg back.
The one-handed squat. I'm sorry, Tari Eason.
Yeah.
Disrespectful.
You know it's bad
Tari Eason's mom was laughing.
Mama Eason got it.
I mean, what else could you do? Now, of course, he's got heart and he's got hustle. Let's go to the All-Star game where he was setting the tone for this year's game. No playing lightly here. Look at that. Not up in here. I love it.
He likes bright lights.
Yep. March 6th versus the Clippers. Dubbed as Wemby, the best 30 hours of his basketball life. I love the emotion too, guys. Let it out, buddy. Let's go to playoffs. Yes. Round 1, Game 5 versus the Trailblazers. Denny Avdia. Sorry, sir.
He blocked it over the backboard. Come on.
That's what he said. Amazing. Round 2, Game 1 against the T-Wolves. Oh, my God. 12 block shots here. The most in a
12
playoff
blocks
game.
Is crazy.
Yeah, the most since 1973, Perk.
Oh.
I wasn't even born.
Nah, same.
That's a 7.5-foot dude pulling up from 30.
Casual.
With the game on the line.
Correct.
In a conference finals game 1.
That's what he does.
In the
Game
fourth quarter.
7. Sorry, chat.
Oh,
chat, exactly.
that set the tone of that game, too, by the way.
100% Perk. All right, we go to the finals. My God. Game 1. Here's the Frenchman. Buries the 3. Cray. Get it over to him.
It's the flex afterwards.
I know, the flex was dope.
Yeah.
Give us a little something. Game 3.
We skipped over the end of game 2.
His head is at the rim, guys.
And he didn't have to jump that high to get there.
No, he barely hopped. That's insane. We're going to reverse a little to game 2. And 1. That's just what he does. I mean, yeah. Gotcha. Look, okay. Frolic.
Well, you love the passion, though.
I know. It is true. With Wemby taking less money, that means the Spurs would have more money to invest in their roster. Tim, what should they be doing moving forward?
More flexibility to invest in the roster. Doesn't give them cap space, but it does give them wiggle room under the second apron and all that. I think it delays any difficult decision on De'Aaron Fox for at least a couple of years. It gives the Spurs the responsibility now of fulfilling their end of the partnership and making sure they're maintaining the championship caliber supporting cast around Wemby, around Stephon Castle, and around Dylan Harper. I don't know that we should assume it sets a precedent that Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper will follow in their negotiations next summer and the summer after that. Just because one guy took a little bit less doesn't mean his teammates have to do the same thing.
Yeah, and outside the money and all that stuff, the major thing going into next season is to let Dylan Harper off the leash. Give him the keys to drive the car. It should be pecking order Wemby, then Dylan Harper. I think he gave us a big enough sample size offensively to show that he's going to be one of the ones, and a special one in the backcourt. Yes, Stephon Castle, he's going to be like that third option guy. I saw Dylan Harper over the weekend in Augusta, Georgia, during the Nike Junior EYBL tournament. And after all the games were played, after he signed and took pictures and signed autographs, 11 o'clock, guess what? They kept the gym open. He was in there getting his work in, going hard. This young man wants it. He wants it. So what we saw last year in the postseason, it's time for them to hand the keys over. He needs to be next in line right under Wemby.
Now, Perk, before we bounce, the home run derby takes place tonight. We have our own home run hitter here. You, Perk, talk about you. Could you hit one out of the park tonight if you wanted to?
I mean, it depends. I'm well rested. I mean, this wasn't bad, though. You know what I mean?
Out of the park,
No, but listen, here's the thing. I would have chose a different outfit. I probably would have came with some shorts on or something like that.
I'll give you some platinum power to get it.